The other day, a woman wrote to me on social media and told me that she has been in a relationship with my husband for 2 years, since a month before we got married. And she wanted to ask me if we were really getting a divorce.
Oh man, you know what? I can't help but laugh. But I am writing to you because Yohan has been writing to me all this time. And these days, he asked me to speak with a lawyer to pay for his divorce. Wow. Yohan is something else. This situation is very uncomfortable for me because I don't know if what Yohan says is true. That's quite funny. So this woman was fully in a relationship with him for 2 years while she knew he was married. And she wants to say that this is a very uncomfortable situation? Really? And she doesn't know if he's telling the truth. But hold on a minute. You have been pretty much in this guy's life for the past 2 years knowing he was married. But now you want to have concerns. Come on now. People are funny.
Told me she met his father and his nephew and gave them money.
Ooh, send me screenshots of your conversations, please. I have some intimate photos and audio too. God damn. God damn. What is going on here? This woman is funky. So you had a sexual relationship with him in the past. Did he tell you that he loved you? I traveled in August and he came to see me at the hotel. I gave him money in theory for a mortgage payment or a credit that he had paid for the parents' house. Wow. So even giving him money to pretty much, you know what I mean, for his family and all them kind of things. This whole situation is a freaking mess. Nothing else but a mess.
She had sex with him for all these years and she knew he was married.
I was with him there both times I traveled. The fact that this person even traveled to come and see a man that she knew was married is bizarre to me. Absolutely bizarre to me. But she only wants to pipe up only because they're getting a divorce? So let me get this right. So if they was never getting a divorce, would this person have piped up? That's what I want to know. And
that he brought her to this apartment complex.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Brought her to your apartment itself in particular. That is just nasty, man. Nasty. I was with him in August when I went back and you were on a retreat. Wow, this is crazy.
And now she decides to write to me like she's doing me a favor. She probably reached out to me to get me to this place so that they can go and live happily ever after. Sent me pictures that he sent her. One of them was a picture of his on Christmas Eve while I was handing out gifts to his family in his neighborhood.
What is going on? What is going on? Nah, this is a mad situation right now. Right here, right now. What the F? I mean, listen. So, you're telling me that Daniele has been on social media this whole time talking about how they're not together anymore, but she believed that Yohan loved her this whole time. How can somebody love you this whole time if he's been having a whole other woman this whole time? And not only he's been having a whole other woman this whole time, but this whole other woman has even met his family this whole time. This man doesn't love anyone. The only thing that he loves is his bank account. Unless you're giving him money, he does not give a damn about nobody. If there's any love that he has in this world, it's only for his family. And that's it. Not for anybody else in an intimate way whatsoever, in a romantic way whatsoever. It is pure transaction. If you got money to give to me, then I'm with you. If you haven't got any money to give to me, then I'm not with you. If you want me to pay for anything, then I don't like you. You pay for everything and then that's it. That is it. But this woman though, man, she's funny. To have the audacity just to reach out just because they're in divorce. Or she wants to make sure that she's paying for the divorce, right? She was like, well, I'm just making sure that, you know, you're already getting divorced because you want some money for a lawyer. So I got to make sure that it's definitely going in the right pocket. I can't pay money if it's not for the divorce. This woman is a plonker. Does she not realize, even though you might help him give him money for the divorce, he's not going to want to be with you the way you think he's going to want to be with you. Yes, he may end up marrying you, but he's not going to marry you because he loves you, because he wants to make you happy. He's going to want to marry you because you keep bringing in the moolah. And if this woman is from the States, maybe he's also going to marry so he can get to the States because Daniele never gave him that. I mean, honestly, Daniele is many, many things that are just negative as hell. But we have got to give her credit for not taking this man to the United States. I know a lot of people are like, yo, man, Danielle bought this on herself because she gave him empty promises about how she was going to take him to the States and give him that lie, da-da-da-da-da. And listen, I agree. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of happy that she played him at his own game. No, not kind of. I am happy that she played him at his own game because clearly this guy has been moving like this for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. So to be fair with you, I'm happy that we're finally seeing somebody else being played. I know there's a conversation that's kind of like double standard, right? Where it's like there are some people from America, some people from the UK that go abroad to purposely find someone from abroad because they can't find someone in their home. And when they go find someone abroad, usually it's because they want to have that person underneath their little thumb. And I get it. The intentions from some people from the States and some people from the UK, when they do go look for someone abroad, their intentions aren't exactly pure, aren't exactly, you know, I get it. But at the same time, though, there's many people who also make sure that they have the intention to find somebody who may not even be going that way to find you, right? To use them. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's many people from the UK, from the States who go somewhere on holiday just for a chillax, just to mind their own business, and then boom, bam, they end up finding someone accidentally, and then that person turns out to actually be using them. And that's something that happens a lot because I'm convinced that in some countries people are trained to be scammers. They are trained to just get green cards. You know what I'm saying? So to be fair, Yohan is one of those people. I'm gonna lie to you, man. So I'm happy that this has happened to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's a shame it had to be Danielle doing it because, you know, she's not a very likable person. But it had happened. It had to happen. But we continue.
I think that I have been wearing rose-colored glasses this entire time. I think that the Yohan that I was seeing and was believing was there was never actually in front of me. Idea. I don't know if I ever will.
I'm sad for her too. I can't believe this has happened. How did I not see this coming? How did I not see this coming? For so many years we've been together. It's been a roller coaster. He's treating me like this. He's treating me like that. I've also lied to him, but I just didn't see this coming. I don't even know who this man is. I mean, to be quite frank with you, I would probably argue that he probably feels the same way about you. I would not be surprised if he was like, I don't know who this woman was. But then again, at the same time, though, for him, it would be from a whole different perspective. You know what I mean? And I think it's a matter of, you know, whose perspective is the better one, but I guess it doesn't really matter in theory. But anyway, either way, it's just funny because Danielle for such a long time has done this thing where she's spoken so highly of herself and so highly of her life choices and so highly of her Yohan, do you know what I mean? And so highly of their relationship. But at the same time, she's also spoken so degrading towards Yohan and so degrading towards their relationship. This is what I'm saying, because she's been so up and down with her emotions about how she really freaking feels. 1 minute it's this, next minute it's that. You know what I mean? You don't know if you're coming and going. So to be honest with you, why the hell was she surprised that she doesn't really know who this man is if her whole attitude towards the whole situation was always coming and going? Come on. Do you know what I think? I think that when it comes to Danielle, she thought that she was that bad of a woman, that no man would come into her life and necessarily do a marriage. I think she thinks that she was that bad of a woman that she was able to walk into his life, manipulate his ass so she can get her own way, and think that doing that, he would still put up with all of her BS. That's what I think. But you know what though, Danielle? You're not that bad. You're not that bad. But to be fair with you, I will say this though. Even if you was that bad to go into a man's life, tell him a lie about what you're going to give to him, but in reality, you got your own little scheme going on, right? I'm going to tell you this now. Even if you was that bad, it was never, ever going to work on Yohan because Yohan was never into you. Or Yohan only was ever into your pocket. And that is just that. So to be fair with you, whether you're that bad or not, it would have never made a goddamn difference. What you failed to do was read the goddamn freaking room. If you had read the room, you would have seen this coming, miss. I had the wrong glasses on, my rose, whatever you call it, glasses. This is what happens when you take your foot off the gas and you stop paying attention to what is around you. If you dig what I'm saying. And that's exactly what happened to Danielle. You did not pay attention to what was going on. You was too busy thinking that you're that bad. Thinking that you're smarter than everybody else. When in reality, clearly in this situation, you've been the dumbest person in the room. But hey, we continue.
And I started digging more. I went through his computer and I found evidence of other women that he's been in relationships with, that he spent the night with. There are at least 6 different women that I know have had an inappropriate relationship with my husband. Had video conversations with, that he's made plans to meet up with. And he's out here and bitch all year that he was broke. Meanwhile, he's been getting money from multiple bitches.
You know what? I got to talk about the woman who contacted Danielle real quick, okay? Why does this woman who contacted Danielle think that she was the only one that Yohan was messing with behind Danielle's back? That's what I want to know. Because surely, if you've been messing about with guys who married this whole goddamn time, why would you think that you're the only person he's coming to for money? Why do you think you're the only person he's coming to for anything else but that? That woman needs to think about that. Because right now, we'll find out that it's more than just one other woman. There's 6 other freaking women right there. And they're all pretty much out there giving them monies and whatnot. But you know what's crazy though? I remember earlier on I think it was a few months back, I made a video about it where Danielle came out and she was exposing Yohan, I believe on a Facebook group or something like that, how she talked about how he was contacting multiple women and, you know, basically using them for this and that. So to be fair with you, we kind of already knew this information because it was leaked way back. I remember I made a video about that, you know what I'm saying? So it is quite interesting that someone that coming out on the show and yeah, we're getting more living proof of it, you know what I mean? But hey man, listen, the crazy thing about it is Yohan's going to be doing this for a very long time. He's going to be doing it for a very, very, very long time. The thing for me that I don't really understand personally is that when women come across Yohan and they get this feeling that, you know, he's this genuine guy, I don't know how they cannot see through the BS. I mean, for me personally, the second that I saw Yohan pop on our screens on Love in Paradise, I knew this guy was a scammer from the jump. But then again, though, I guess it's different. I guess maybe because I'm a man, I see it in a different perspective, and maybe women look at him in a different perspective, but they may look at him as like, oh look, he's some tall guy, you know what I mean? You know, he's muscular and you know, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the blindness of his image. I don't know. But for me personally, it was the aura that he gave, the energy he gave straight off the bat. I was like, this guy's off key. This guy ain't legit. This guy cannot be trusted. Because his facial expressions they always give it away. Always give it away. You know what I mean? You know, personally, in my opinion. And to be honest with you, I personally think that his English is better than what he portrays it to be. But that's just my opinion. But either way, though, are we surprised that there's more than one other woman in his life that he's been doing madness with? I know I'm not. Well, Danielle, remember what I said? Whether you're that bad or not, this man was never in a position to ever want to love you. And if there was ever going to happen, do you know what? I'm going to say this now. Imagine if she had brought him to the States. This man would have been running right over the States. You know what I mean? He'd have been going from state to state trying to find women after woman, woman after woman. You know what I mean? He would have become like the new Sinjin, but like a whole different class. I mean, Sinjin isn't that bad compared to Yohan, but maybe you get what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, we continue.
I have tried to have a conversation with Yohan at least twice a day about what I found out, and he refuses to have a conversation with me. Refuses. I sent him a picture of his and was like, you sent this to this bitch on Christmas Eve. Here's a...
I feel so foolish because I should have seen what was there from the beginning. But when we weren't talking about money, we were so happy. We had such a beautiful life. And like now I realize that none of it was real.
Bingo! If he wasn't talking about money, then we was happy. Bingo! Money, 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 money! If you are in a relationship and money is always the projection of your relationship, understand your relationship has nothing to do with feelings, nothing to do with emotions, okay? It's all to do with the money, okay? Even if the intimacy is great, it is all to do with the money. And I say that because some relationships are all about just intimacy, legit, right? But this is the thing though, we're not in that type of situation. We're not seeing a relationship that's about emotions. We're not seeing a relationship that's about intimacy. We're seeing a relationship that is about money. But it is abundantly clear that this guy can easily go and just be intimate with anybody, make them feel however he needs to make them feel. But then again though, I do question that though. I don't know if Yohan has the ability to actually make a woman feel good, to make her feel loved, because I haven't seen that. I personally think that women that go towards him, I personally think that he attracts women who just want him for how he looks, not for who he is. And that's the problem. If Danielle had taken time to learn who this man is, and even if this other woman did, or any other woman actually took time to learn who this man is, if he's the kind of person that can let you in, you would recognize that this man does not have no emotion towards you. You see what I'm saying? And you'd realize that you're only with him because he looks a certain type of way. You see what I'm saying? Okay? It's just that simple. It is just that simple. And this is the problem. A lot of people in this world spend their time being with people because they look good, but not because the person actually... Listen, all I'm saying is this, yeah, is that if you're going to be with someone, pay attention to how they behave. Danielle ignored how he behaved because she was obviously with him for how he looks. This other woman clearly ignored the way he behaved because of the way he looks. you see what I'm saying? I guarantee you, if I sat in at a conversation with any one of these women and said, hey, so tell me about your man, tell me about Yohan, okay? Tell me about it, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes him tick? What makes him happy? You know? Tell me, like, is he always 100% transparent with everything? You know? Okay? You know? How does he show you love? How does he show you that he cares? That is the golden question. How does he show you that? Okay? Now tell me, how does it feel? How does he make you feel? And then the good thing about that question is when you ask someone, how does someone make them feel? Pay attention to the answer. Look at it this way. If somebody says, listen, this answer could be very subjective. Don't get twisted, but I'm just giving a cheeky little example. But let's say, for example, you say to someone, tell me, like, you know, how does that person make you feel? If they say, it's just when I just look at him or just look at her, you know, they're just this and that. You realize how the answer is revolved around when I look at that person. Your answer is based on their physical appearance. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I am just saying that sometimes in life, if your attraction to somebody or your willingness to be with someone only revolves around your answers always being related to a physical look, a physical thing towards that person, a visual thing, it means you're only with that person because of how they look, not because of who they are. Remember that, okay? And that's not necessarily because it's your fault. Sometimes it could just be actually, no, it is your fault. What am I talking about? Anyway, with that being said, though, thank you so much for your time. And I'll see you guys in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.